Ready. Hello and welcome to the Penelope Possum channel with me, your host, Penelope the Possum. We're getting close to the end of March, guys. What do we feel about that? As we all know, it's everybody's favorite day of the week. It's Spooky Scary Saturday. Aw, yeah, boys. We got it. We got it on lock. Got this shit on lockdown, boys. Also, I checked and I looked. We are at Spooky Scary Saturday number 30? Wow. So anyway, check the description underneath the live view for the links to all the videos. I'll also announce who made each video while we watch them. This is going to be a video by Dr. Bob. Hello! We've got quite a lineup today, folks. We do. We've got a lineup. We've got a classic Dr. Bob SCP-7185 Body Horror Juice. I can only imagine what this is going to be about. But anyways, let's get straight into the spookies, yes? Yes, James? Can I help you, boy? Meow.
July 18th, 2014. The calm and peaceful tranquility of the day has just been disrupted by the squawk of a panicked report over the radio. Civilians in danger. Urgent assistance required.
Oh boy.
Park ranger hears the screams carried through the trees by the wind a second later, already hurtling his way toward the location given by his colleague. Something is very, very wrong. Usually nothing like this happens at Crater Lake National Park. His mind starts racing as fast as the Jeep he's driving, a brain entering survival mode, trying to predict every possible danger. A forest fire? It was still daylight. He'd have seen the smoke.
Yeah.
Animal attack? Maybe. Bears could sometimes be seen roaming about on the fringes of the park, but they typically kept away from humans, especially the more people were around.
Yeah,
Today,
bears are
in the
actually
midst of
pretty
July,
shy.
There were plenty to ward off any strays. Every attempted prediction.
I'll be right back. I gotta get something to drink. Cheeto! You fluffy bum! Get over here so I can snug your dumb little rump. That's right.
Only raised the same question. Just what the hell was going on? Approaching the tree line, one of the other rangers waves down the car. She's armed. If the vagueness of the report hadn't been troubling enough, seeing another park ranger with a shotgun in her hands certainly was. They were in bear territory. It wasn't unheard of for one of them to occasionally need a gun to ward the bears off, but that was a rarity out at Crater Lake. Slamming the brakes and leaping out of the Jeep, the park ranger rushes towards his colleague as she takes cover behind a nearby tree. He immediately asks her what the situation is, but she urges him to be quiet. There's something out there with them, she tells him in a whisper, racking a live round into her shotgun. When the park ranger asks what, the other ranger shoots him a look. Her eyes say it all. She's terrified and confused. This isn't just a wild animal on a rampage or frightenedly defending its territory and cubs. She has no idea what it is. She can't even believe she's seen it, let alone start describing it. Twigs snap under the foot of something, causing the other
Her
ranger to raise her
boy, this is
shotgun,
gonna be great,
leaning out
isn't
from
it?
behind the tree in the direction of the noise. She scans the space a few feet beyond the barrel. Nothing. The park ranger takes a look for himself, not exactly eager to see what it is, but unable to fend off his own curiosity.
I'm slightly
He spots
precarious
something,
right now.
nothing more than a shape passing between the trees, almost mistaking it for a branch.
Okay, so, pause, off topic, but I have come to the conclusion that getting a Poppy doll, like from Poppy Playtime, is going to be impossible. For a number of reasons, majority of which involve the fact that it seems like no manufacturers are making them. I found one option, maybe, but it's like $500, and I'm not paying $500 for a doll. So, the clear answer here is that I have to make one myself. So, I'm gonna make one for myself. What am I gonna make it out of? Clay, probably. It'll, be like a nice porcelain doll or something.
Simply moving in the gentle breeze. He taps on the other ranger's shoulder and alerts her. Whatever it is, it's close. And it seems to be walking like a man. The other ranger...
You wouldn't what? You wouldn't want to make one? I guess I just got weird tastes and things. I like possums, I like raccoons, I like rats, I like crows. And I like Poppy. She's a cutie. She's the cutest, one of the cutest actual living toys we've seen in the game so far. I've seen mock-ups of the other toys. Oh yeah, pay $500. Yeah. Yeah, making one out of clay is probably a better idea than paying $500. It'll probably take a while and won't look perfect, but hey, no one's asking it to look perfect, did they? Yes, can I help you? Yes, can I help you? Just a moment. What? Why are you being so dumb? What? You need to hush, buddy. Yeah, I will, I want it to be about the size of a baby doll, I guess. Honestly, a baby doll would be like the perfect starting point. Like one of the little plastic ones. Or maybe like a plastic, like larger doll, like one of those American Girl dolls, but all plastic. But, then the problem comes of replacing the head. But that would be easy. I'd just have to fit the clay into the neck hole properly. And sculpt it nicely. The main goal, I want it to be able to sit and sort of stand on its own. The hardest part's probably going to be the clothes. I'm going to have to find like some kind of pre-made clothes for her.
Looks. In a second, she raises her shotgun and fires. A blast of buckshot erupts from the barrel, causing a deafening, high-pitched ringing in the park ranger's ears.
Oh, wonderful.
He doubles over, clutching his ears as the sound becomes physically painful. not realizing his colleague fumbling as she grabs a fresh cartridge, or the thing staggering towards them. That is, until he looks up. The moment
I
his hearing
could just work
returns.
with the head that's on it
But
and
before
add more
we go any
material.
further,
That would make
I have a
sense.
question for
That'd
you.
make more sense.
There's
It'd be a lot less heavy, I think. That's a smarter idea. That's a smarter idea. I'm gonna do that. That way, it'll still have perfectly good mobility, but I still want the main body to be like mostly plasticky, I think.
Something feel wrong?
Hold on. What's up with Dr. Bob's sweater there? Why is his sweater all
With
dirty?
you? Is something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Regardless if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or if you're just a human who lives in this world who's going through a hard time, therapy can give you tools to approach your life in a very different way. And that's why I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor,
Gotta Google
BetterHelp.
something real quick.
BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. And this is an important mission because finding a therapist can be really hard,
God,
especially
there's
when you're
been
limited to the
so
options
many
in
weird
your area.
searches on my
BetterHelp
phone.
is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online. It's remote, and by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days. It's easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. There's a link in my description. It's betterhelp.com/Dr. Bob. Clicking that link helps support this channel, but it also gets you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp, so you can connect with the therapist and see if it helps you. And because finding a therapist is a little like dating, if you don't really fit with that therapist, which is a common thing with therapy, you can easily switch to a new therapist at no additional cost, without stressing about insurance, who's in your network, or anything like that. So if you're struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/Dr. Bob. Thank you again, BetterHelp, for supporting this channel. Now back to the bizarre creature in the forest. It's like part of the forest has come to life and assumed the shape of a human being in order to attack them. Roots cover its body, sealing up the space where its eyes would be. Oregon-beaked moss coats its arms and hangs off it like it's been draped in a sheet of yellowy green plants. The creature is horrible to look at, and yet it looks lost. It stumbles, arms outstretched like
It
it's
looks
trying
like-
to blindly feel its way around.
What I am planning will definitely work. I might have to do some sanding or something, but it should stick to the plastic. So I just gotta find like a plastic bodied doll that I
The
like.
park ranger realizes it can't see. Another cartridge clicks into the shotgun tube, pulled back the chamber by the slide of the pump, and the other ranger raises the weapon, steadying her aim so as not to miss this time. Her sights line up, the mossy monstrosity sitting in the center, and her fingers squeezes on the trigger. An unexpected force from below pushes the barrel of the shotgun upwards, pointing it towards the treetops. Another ear-splitting blast rings out, sending nearby birds flying from their nests in panic. The park ranger keeps the weapon pointed up, despite his colleague's protests to let go of her gun, or the drops of blood dripping out and trailing down his neck from his own eardrums. He glances over his shoulder as, whatever it is, flees in terror. Startled by the shotgun blast, it runs away between the trees, knocking into some as it moves with uncertainty. Minutes later,
It's
a
blind.
team of other rangers arrives, declaring that they're taking over the search effort for the creature that was found lurking around Crater Lake National Park. These rangers seem off. They look the part, in full uniforms and everything, but the park ranger can't place their faces. They somehow seem brand new, yet not one of them is fazed by the unusual situation. They seemed all the more interested in questioning all the hikers and families visiting the park who had seen the creature, as they were in actually finding it. It was almost as if they didn't want the word getting out. The park ranger decides he can't keep quiet any longer.
Reminder to all who watch my videos that Explodo Jones, my beloved husband of 7 years. I love this man with all my heart, but god damn it, he's an asshole sometimes. But that's life.
longer and raises a concern to the newcomers. He tells them that he doesn't think whatever is out there is some kind of monster. He thinks it's human. The new rangers thank him for his input, but insist that they'll take it from here. Little did he know, these weren't other park rangers. They were agents of the SCP Foundation. They have been embedded within the National Parks Rangers to contain SCP-3310, an anomalous log floating in Crater Lake, said to contain a powerful deity named Yao, who can cause dangerous weather to erupt unless the log is left to float freely. Then the call comes in from SCP Foundation Command, reports of an entity attacking civilians. Since they happen to be nearby, in the same park near us, a handful of agents are sent in to investigate and, if possible, contain the creature. Before too long, the civilian witnesses, even the real park rangers who had tried to kill the entity, have all been interviewed, administered with memory-wiping amnestics, and subsequently released, as if nothing out of the ordinary has even happened. Putting boots to the ground,
Oh, this would
the
be
search
perfect.
for the unidentified creature doesn't last long. Within 2 hours, the agents have found what they're looking for. Only, it's not a creature. It's a person. His name is Zach Herman. They find him cowering under an alcove near the edge of the lake. His
I
moss-covered
found
skin
it. I found the
providing
perfect
near-perfect
thing.
Camouflage.
Guys, I found the thing. I found it. I found the perfect thing to do this with. Oh, it's
To
perfect.
blend in with his woodland surroundings. The only thing that gives him away is the sound of his frightened sobs. The Foundation agents aren't under orders to neutralize him on sight. Instead, they humanely subdue Zach Herman and arrange to have him taken to a nearby Foundation outpost for examination. SCP-3462, an anomalous humanoid entity known to inhabit a rundown
hoping
blockbuster
to
video
find a
rental
slightly
store in the
bigger
nearby town
variant.
of Bend, Oregon, with the area having been sealed off and constantly patrolled by Foundation personnel. So that seems like the best place to take Zach and figure out exactly what happened to him. Upon closer examination at the Foundation outpost, it's discovered that Zach Herman has a number of unidentified roots growing through both his skin and internal organs.
How
Given the
we...
danger to his life that this poses, he's rushed into an operating theater to undergo emergency surgery. 18 hours pass as the Foundation tries to save the man's life. At this time, the surgeons decide that it isn't wise or possible to remove all the roots at once, so instead, they focus on clearing the ones that had grown within and over his eyes, nostrils, ear canals, and throat. Another 7 hours
That's
of
the most
intensive surgery
doable,
pass,
probably.
and Zach Herman is still alive. He's not cured, but the roots covering much of his face have at least been cleared. After stabilizing, it's then that he's transferred to Site-56, where the Foundation intends to conduct further operations to remove the growths from his body, as well as ask Zach questions about what happened to him. They're still baffled as to what caused his anomalous mutation into a moss monster. Just where had these roots come from? And what exactly was SCP-7185? Researcher Charlie Canley is tasked with conducting interviews with the subject, Zach Herman, between his various procedures, and she wastes no time in unearthing his story. Oak Ridge, Oregon, 60 miles north of Crater Lake National Park, where Zach will eventually be found. That's where he describes the horrific mutation taking place. Given that the roots would grow over his eyes, his vision impaired, he has no idea where he's going until he eventually winds up in Crater Lake. Scared, alone, and changed beyond recognition. And as he describes it, he wasn't the only one. Shortly before his own mutation, Zach mentions witnessing the same happening to Kellen, his husband. The couple, along with a group of several others, are in a small Oregon town reached
man.
by traveling to Hills Creek Lake, then following Hills Creek Road south until finding a road sign simply labeled Beard. The place has spent 70 years in ruins, abandoned, and left to be overtaken by the elements. Most of the roads leading into the area are blocked off thanks to a landslide, leaving the town completely void of all human life. Until Zach and his friends arrive in Beard. There are 6 of them in total, including Zach, his husband Kellen, then Azrael, Mark, Angel, and Caleb. Answering an ad on Craigslist, the group has come to Beard after being hired by a man named Sean to scavenge through the abandoned town, collecting anything that could potentially be of value. Scrap metal and intact valuables, as long as they can be resold, are worth holding on to. While the group searches, Sean delivers food and supplies to them once per month. One thing that they hope for each time, but never seem to get, is something to drink in their downtime. So, on a whim, while exploring an abandoned factory they come across, Zach looks for an alternative source of beer for the group to enjoy. What he finds is an unusual blue machine. Pulling levers on it, he finds that it dispenses samples of a surprisingly green liquid. Of course, none of the group immediately drinks it. Not until Angel finds an old journal with entries dating back to the 1930s. It describes the owners of the factory giving the liquid to their workers and only ceasing the practice after the workers stopped getting drunk. Taking that to mean the liquid was safe to drink, the group decided to each take a swig of the green. Initially, none of them feel any change. It's actually rather anticlimactic, at least at first. Soon after, however, they start to feel energized, more alert, and awake for much longer without feeling the usually expected fatigue that would bring. It even helps them search through parts of the town quicker, something they're all grateful for. After a week, not one of them even feels the need to sleep. They were even healing from injuries faster, small cuts were sealing in minutes, bruises clearing entirely almost as quickly as they formed. After about a month, the negative side effects start. They start manifesting as small symptoms, the group experiencing various bodily aches that gradually become far, far worse. It affects each of them differently, too. Zach starts to experience a tightness in his chest, while Caleb develops a bad
The
fever
only
that leaves him barely
possible
able to...
problem I have with it personally is that the dolls are like 6.3 inches tall. That's my only gripe, but I think I can live with that.
function. Mark and Angel's hair starts falling out in thick clumps, too.
Oh man, that's no
The
good.
same is happening to Caleb. His symptoms are the first to worsen. After his hair falls out, his skin starts to do the same. It keeps peeling away, turning red.
Ew.
Then Sean arrives in Beard. According to the information given by Zach in his interviews with the Foundation, their employer would routinely drive to the town every 3 months in order to pick up anything valuable the group has recovered. All of them suffering from the ill effects of whatever the liquid they'd all drank was. Those of the group that still had the strength to stand rushed to meet Sean and beg him to get them help. Upon taking one look at them, he drives away, abandoning them. 4 days after Sean left them there, the sleepless group is startled by screaming in the night. It's Caleb, and he's on fire. Panicking, the others try to help, pouring water on him to douse the flames. It seems to work, but it's only a few minutes before the fire starts up again. They even try taking him to the creek that runs through the town, but submerging Caleb in the water only causes his skin to form massive blisters that painfully burst. Keeping him under didn't work either. He kept needing to come up for air, and breaking the surface, he started catching fire again the second he was above water. There was nothing they could do to save him. He just kept burning. Caleb is the first of the group to die. It's not clear when this occurred. Investigating the area, the Foundation recovers fragmented journal entries written by Azrael, in which the others all attribute Caleb's death to him having a weak immune system. But normally, diseases don't cause people to spontaneously catch fire. By the morning, he is almost completely burned, leaving only a charred
I think I
corpse
found an
that the
even...
group buries by the factory.
Yeah, but I think I found an even better alternative. 14 to 18 inches. That sounds like the perfect size. I'll still have to make the clothes or find them. Oh, wait a minute.
Following Caleb's death, Zach is forced to leave. The others blame him for Caleb's death, and he does as well. He intends to find some other way of getting help for the rest of the group. Kellen joins him, and the couple leave Beard together. Meanwhile, Angel, Mark, and Azrael search for their own way out of the town, but to no
Of course,
avail.
it's not that easy.
Hardly any of the roads are accessible on foot, and those that are just lead to abandoned properties on the woodland outskirts of Beard. According to Azrael's journal entry, they then refocused their efforts towards finding a cure for whatever it was they had drunk. It's not much more successful. During Zach and Kellen's absence, Mark is the next group member whose symptoms start to get worse. His hair was almost entirely gone, and soon, rashes started to form over his skin before
Well, that's
peeling
not
away.
good.
Immediately, he and the other two start to fear that what happened to Caleb might be about to happen to Mark, too. Their only plan is for Mark to stay out in the snow if he starts catching fire in the same way, since, by this point, winter had reached Oregon. But instead of a reoccurrence of Caleb's condition, Mark's skin begins repeatedly forming an unusual bluish-green substance, warm to the touch. It accumulates every few hours, and Angel and Azrael help him scrape it off before it ultimately returns. Within days, it's returning faster, too fast for them to clear it. So much of it forms that it starts dripping off Mark. Then Angel points out it seems to be candle wax, and the more of it, the hotter it gets. Shortly after,
My thought now is that I might go to the dollar store after work tomorrow and grab a little plastic dolly to do this with. That might be the smartest idea here.
Substance burns out Mark's eyes. He's completely covered in scalding hot wax, with no way of removing it entirely. Eventually, he dies. Angel and Azrael can't move his body thanks to the wax, as more of it keeps forming, nor can they bury him yet thanks to a snowstorm outside. It's only a week later that Azrael thinks he sees the body moving. Mark is still alive. He's been lying in a pile of hot wax the entire time, his body still making more. Soon, he stops moving altogether. While all this is happening, Kellen and Zach are still trying to find help, but manage to wind up lost in the woods surrounding Beard. The numerous overlapping and confusing paths.
So, here's the perfect idea. I go to the dollar store. I get a doll. A little doll. So it's a nice little cheap thing that I don't gotta worry about ruining. I maybe straighten out its legs, its arms, make its head a little bigger, and make it some clothes.
Surrounding the town had meant one wrong
That's
turn
the idea.
sends both of them heading towards the woods, with only a few cans of food, a lighter, and a pocket knife between them. After a week, they pass a mountain that Zach assumes is the Diamond Peak volcano. Another week later, both he and Kellen are beginning to suffer their own severe symptoms from the liquid they consumed. Kellen is vomiting shards of metal and glass. Further metallic chunks were breaking through Kellen's skin as they grew within his body.
Oh, that's
At the
not
same time,
fun.
Roots grow over Zach's eyes, preventing him from fully seeing just what is happening to his husband. They sit together.
Oh
in
man, I
Kellen's
feel
dying
bad for
moments,
these guys.
Zach feeling like
I feel bad for these guys, but at the same time, they drank a weird green liquid that they didn't know what it do. What the fuck were they expecting? Sunshine and rainbows?
he needs to be there for his partner, even though he can't see him or do anything to help him. A few hours after Kellen's breathing eventually stops, Zach walks through the woods until he hears the sound of cars, only to be found in Crater Lake National Park. Around the same time, Angel also dies. It takes him a whole week after his eyelids and fingernails fall out, followed by every layer of his skin. It would happen multiple times, thanks to the effects of the green liquid causing him to recover. Also, his skin could once again come off. At one point, Azrael, horrified by it all, sees his friend's face fall off. Still unable to find a way out of Beard, one of the remaining two survivors of the group also starts to change. Bumps form under Azrael's...
Seriously. You can't be that desperate to get drunk that you drink a random green liquid from an unknown machine.
Eventually causing his hands
It could
to
be
become swollen,
acid!
preventing him from moving anything below his chest. Aware of his impending fate, he stashes the journal he's been writing in inside a backpack and leaves it for whoever finds them. The Foundation is able to recover the bodies of Azrael, Angel, Mark, and the buried remains of Caleb within Beard, but they decline to share this information with Zach. Sean's identity is confirmed to be that of Sean McDougal, and Foundation agents are sent to interrogate him. They aren't able to ascertain any valuable information from him, so instead amnesticize him. Anything saved on Sean's devices relating to the location of the town of Beard, the group he hired to scavenge there, and the $46,000 he'd made from the scavenged goods are all seized. SCP-7185 consists of two elements. The first is an unidentified machine that was uncovered by Zach Herman and his friends in an abandoned factory in the southern Cascadian mountain range of Oregon. Despite not having any power sources connected to it, SCP-7185 seemingly functions without the need for electricity. It is instead operated via a series of levers connected to the main body of the device. Two are black and one is rusted over. Should both of the black levers be switched downwards and the rusty lever pulled, the machine will produce the second element of this anomaly, designated by the Foundation as SCP-7185-1.
What happens if only one
as the body
of them's
juice.
pulled?
The alcoholic liquid byproduct of activating SCP-7185 is green in color and has a semi-viscous consistency.
Yeah.
If this liquid is drunk at any point by a human being, then this person will undergo major bodily changes that tend to span a period of at least several weeks. Anyone ingesting SCP-7185-1 will suffer numerous mutations and deformations of their body, although exactly how they are altered varies depending on the person drinking the juice. SCP-7185-1 also negates the effects of any depressants, opiates, or other stimulants taken after ingestion, meaning there is no way to nullify the pain of these intense physical
Wiggly
changes.
butt.
On July 21, 2014, Zach Herman died due to complications during surgery. The Foundation surgeons had been making extensive efforts to clear the roots growing throughout his body as a result of Herman ingesting SCP-7185. They had made enough of a difference to allow him to participate in interviews with researcher Canley. However, during these exchanges, Zach mentions that he can still feel everything that is happening to him during the procedures. Every incision, every removal, every stitch. The same day, the body of Zach's husband, Kellen Herman, is also recovered. Check out the Dr. Bob Patreon and become a junior researcher today. Now go and watch
That's just too tragic,
another entry from
man.
the files of Dr. Bob, like SCP.
Bob, don't drink that.
Aggressive skin condition.
Dr. Bob, do not drink that,
Yep.
you stupid dumbass. I mean, I guess he is Dr. Bob. He's basically immune to everything. Hello?
Young man is in the middle of one of his regular night jogs through the park. He loves running through this park at night. It's dark, the air is cool, and the sounds of the city that surround the park disappear, offering peace, quiet, and a
Italy.
small reprieve from the busy world. He jogs along a path
We're in
that
Italy
winds through
right
the
now.
park and starts upon a section that is surrounded on both sides by tall trees. He follows the path around a sharp bend and is stopped in his tracks. Standing there, in the middle of
Oh
the track,
no.
is a figure. It has its back.
That can't be good, can it?
He's tall and so uniformly black that he almost disappears.
I'd say he's beyond Iron Man.
Whoever
He's
or
his
whatever
own
this is,
category of
but the creature doesn't move,
thing.
and neither does he. He's frozen, unsure of what to do, when the creature suddenly turns his head towards him, revealing a pair of bright, glowing eyes.
Oh boy, that's not
So
good.
terrified
Oh
he
no.
can't even scream. He falls and crawls backwards
Womp.
in the dirt, trying to get away from
Ew.
the creature. The creature turns its body towards him and begins stepping forward. The runner scrambles to his feet and runs. He's sprinting as hard and as fast as he can, adrenaline pumping, heart pounding, trying to put as much distance as he can between himself and that thing. His muscles burn, his lungs ache, but he can't stop. Finally, he's back. in
Fight
his
or
house.
flight,
He bursts
fight
through
or
the door,
flight.
locking and bolting it behind him. His girlfriend is reading on the couch and doesn't understand what's going on. After struggling to catch his breath, he tries to explain what he saw on the path, but his girlfriend just laughs. A giant man with glowing eyes. He was just seeing things in the dark. It was probably a dog, nothing that would justify the panic he was now in. The next day, he's left wondering if he really was mistaken. Those piercing, glowing eyes are burned into his mind, though. Maybe his girlfriend was right, and it really was just a dog. Yes, that must be it. His mind was just playing tricks on him in the dark. Even so, he's going to stick to running inside, at least for a little while. But he soon finds that he's having a hard time. He notices that he's running out of breath much quicker than normal. Is he coming down with something? He doesn't feel sick, But then why is he suddenly so weak? 2 weeks have passed since he saw
Yeah,
something
he
in the
looks
park.
sunken.
No one he brought it up to, not his friends, not his co-workers, have ever heard of such a thing. And no one seemed like they believed him either. At this point, he is feeling sure that he really did imagine it, but he can't get that image of whatever it was out of his head. He can't keep running on a treadmill forever, though. He misses his night runs. It's time to get over his fear. He's running through the park again, enjoying the silence and the light breeze on his skin. He continues down the path, acutely aware that he's getting closer and closer to the spot where he saw that thing before. He can't stop, though. He has to prove to everyone that he's not afraid. He has to prove it to himself. He reaches the part of the path that runs through the tall trees. Just like before, the sounds
Again,
of the
we're
city melt
still in
away,
Italy.
the only sound coming from his steady, heavy breathing. He follows the winding path and feels his heart starting to race, but he has to keep going. He rounds the same corner, and nothing is there. He slows to a stop. Of course nothing is here. Nothing ever was. He really did imagine it. Or did he?
Oh, Jesus!
Buongiorno. Today's file comes from the Italian branch of the SCP Foundation. SCP-015-IT,
Buongiorno,
also
signore.
known as the Boogeyman. SCP-015-IT
Eh.
is a
Not a cute looking thing, is it? Ooh, excuse me.
humanoid entity that stands just under 2 meters tall. Its body is devoid of any hair, and its dark, black skin absorbs 98% of all light, making it virtually invisible in low light. Its head lacks a nose or ears, but these missing features are hardly noticed, because if you see 015-IT, its eyes are what demand all of your attention. While the Boogeyman's skin is completely black, its eyes contain light-producing organs on the irises, causing them to glow in the dark, like a deep-sea predator. Its mouth contains 8
Bioluminescent.
pointed teeth on both the upper and lower jaws, and a long 28-centimeter forked tongue. The 2 tips of its tongue each have a hollow needle-like organ that leads straight into its esophagus. More on what it does
Ew.
with that specialized biological feature soon. Physically,
I
SCP-015-IT
I don't think I want to know what it does with that specialized organ. Oh, I just realized this is a long video. Oop.
is rather slight, but it is surprisingly strong and easily able to overpower an adult human. Its skinny arms are much longer than an average human's, and each of its 4 fingers ends in a razor-sharp claw. It has also been shown to be quite resistant to physical injuries and possesses the ability to heal wounds and damage to internal organs at a hyper-accelerated rate. SCP-015-IT is primarily active at night, which is unsurprising given its skin's natural camouflage in the dark. The Boogeyman hunts mammals, with humans being its preferred prey, but it does not feed on flesh. Instead, SCP-015-IT draws its sustenance from the adrenaline and noradrenaline produced by its quarry. Adrenaline and noradrenaline are chemicals the body produces to increase heart rate, blood flow, and provide more energy to the muscles in moments of stress, or in the case of SCP-015-IT, extreme fear. And it has developed a hunting method to cause this exact reaction in humans. 015-IT will usually hide in dark spots, trying to keep out of sight as much as possible as it stalks its next victim. If it has been able to remain unseen, it will wait for a moment when its prey has become distracted, so it can silently approach them. Once close enough, it will leap towards its unaware victim, grab them, and quickly bite them on the side of the torso, near where the adrenal gland is located. It uses its large teeth to anchor its mouth in place, as it uses the needles on its forked tongue to probe into their body. With one needle, it pierces directly into the adrenal gland and begins draining the blood that is now rich with fear-induced adrenaline. At the exact same time, the other needle releases a mild sedative, allowing 015-IT to feed and then depart without risk, as the victim remains immobile. Another anomalous effect occurs when someone is unlucky enough to actually see the Boogeyman. Roughly 2 weeks after observing the creature, the person who saw it will begin experiencing various detrimental mental effects, including hallucinations and panic attacks. Some will also begin to experience physical issues, most often damage to the cardiovascular system. It is unknown
Aw,
why
man.
exactly these mental and physical effects occur, but it
That's
is
no
theorized
good.
that SCP-015-IT may use it as a way to weaken certain prey that it considers too strong or potentially dangerous. In 2011, the Boogeyman was actually contained, but not by the SCP Foundation. The Brotherhood of St. George's Knights is a secret order in the Catholic Church that was created by the Pope in the year 453 to either contain or eliminate all anomalies, and it was this group that first captured SCP-015-IT, which they designated as Dia-212, in line with their own classification system. While it was in their containment, they made a number of discoveries about the creature that they labeled as a shadow demon. First, they found that while it feeds on the fear of its victims by ingesting their blood, it doesn't actually require this to survive. Dia-212, as they call it, is an unstable entity, and feeding allows it to maintain its physical shape in our reality. In addition to its impressive physical strength, the Boogeyman is also quite intelligent, as seen by its ability to successfully hunt, attack, and escape from humans. Strangely, it also appears to be resistant to weapons which have been blessed, causing only a fraction of the physical damage that they should when compared to a similar, non-holy version. During the course of research into the creature, Father Ilardi, a member of the Brotherhood of St. George's Knights, wrote that despite the creature being repugnant beyond every limit, he believed that it had a gentle soul, and that its screams are similar to a pained cry. He postulated that SCP-015-IT may have even once been a human before some dark force transformed it into the monster that it had become. He
God,
decided
that
it
would be
was his mission
terrible.
to find a way to communicate with the creature, and one day bring it back into the light and love of his god. Father Ilardi was making good progress with the creature, and it seemed like it was even growing fond of him and his disciples. But his advances were halted when they were attacked by a group of soldiers from the Fascist Council of the Occult, a terrorist group that seeks to use anomalies as weapons in their quest to disrupt the social order. In the attack, several of the Brotherhood were killed, and in the commotion, SCP-015-IT escaped. Following this, reports soon began to come from the province of Caserta that described what sounded like vampire attacks. A mobile task force was sent to the area, and while 015-IT was initially able to make use of its various physical abilities to evade and escape capture, it was eventually shot with a transmitter
Radar.
that allowed it to be tracked. The Italian mobile task force was able to surround the creature, but fearing being contained again, it responded with a level of violence that it had not been thought capable of. Several members of the task force were killed in the line of
Oh,
duty
no.
before the Boogeyman could finally be subdued.
I mean, that's to be expected with anomalies. They're very dangerous. Since this is a 3-hour video and most of the videos in this video we've seen already, I'll just skip it after the Boogeyman.
Today, SCP-015
And go to the
is
next
contained
one.
at Site Vittoria in the Emilia-Romagna region of Italy. Since this anomaly is both sentient and highly unpredictable in its behavior, it has been classified as Euclid. It is kept in a standard humanoid entity containment cell and is monitored by video cameras and infrared sensors at all times. Due to the light-absorbing properties of its skin, its cell and the adjacent corridors are painted white and are to be kept
That's
lit at all
harsh.
times. Twice a day, SCP-015-IT is given a normal domestic pig that it is allowed to feed on. Any personnel assigned to 015-IT duty must undergo a psychological assessment on a weekly basis, and, regardless of the results, must be cycled out after 3 months of exposure to the Boogeyman.
Hello, everyone. Dr. Bob here. I know you're not used to seeing me here at the start of videos.
Alright.
I can't believe Ethan finally asked you out.
I'm wondering what I'm gonna have for dinner. Maybe burger.
Oh, right? I've had the biggest crush on him for so long.
What's wrong?
I'm not sure about my outfit.
Send a pic.
The bright pink's a little much.
The outfit looks great. Good luck.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
I don't know, the hot pink's a little too much in my opinion.
You look fantastic.
Especially with her red hair. It kind of clashes and makes her look flushed. I'd go for a nice teal, maybe.
Almost.
Should I,
Oh, you want to come in?
yeah.
Good. Make yourself at home. I'll just be a few minutes.
Oh boy. Was that a kitty noise? Bro, it's been like hours. That's a little too much. Skin? For a first date? Maybe a fifth date, eh? That looks nice. That could also be good. The green color looks nice on it.
Yeah, Ethan. Just about.
The black dress is nice. That's a little busy. Very basic. No. That's fine. Just go with that. No. Maybe. No. Cute. Perfectly fine and doable. And we're back to the original outfit because of course we are.
Ethan, you ready to go?
Did she really take that long? Dude!
Hi folks, my name is Adam and I like to make it.
Oh, that was from, AMC Official. This is from North of the Border. And hi, his name is Adam and he likes to make tiny nerdy
and I recently
things.
asked my patrons a very important question. Option 1 or option 2? And much to my immediate discomfort and probably your future discomfort, they almost unanimously voted on option 2.
Wonderful.
Now, the first step in making a Scorpion Man is making my Scorpion Man's body, which starts as a big lump of aluminium wrapped in 4 extra long lengths of armature wire.
Looks like a bug.
Then I can bend each of the legs into position and snip off the excess. And at this point, I've got a
I
shiny
already
scorpion
don't like
skeleton ready
it.
for some clay. I'll slap
Oh
a thin layer
no.
over the entirety of the aluminium opistoma, then work
Adam.
out the cephalothorax until it's nice and chunky. It of course needs to be extra chunky since my backward scorpion is gonna need a little anatomical rearranging. So his head will be his gut, which means his abdomen is his chest. Also, I thought it'd be kind of funny if he was facing upwards and instead of the standard chitinous armor plates along his back, he had like a whole bunch of saggy man boobs. I don't know, this one went off the rails real fast. Otherwise, once I've got my saggy chesticles suffering from the effects of gravity, I can pop some nips in place and add the ever-important
Why?
nipple texture. Then I can add a belly button that perhaps raises even more.
I'm so sorry about this.
More
This
questions
is-
we don't want answered, and poke some divots into the bottom of the belly for future pincers. At this point, I've now got 8 pecs to match my 8 legs, which means this is still totally scientifically accurate. I'll then flip this
To
handsome thing
what?
over and add a long long sausage down his back to create his spine. A little poking and prodding with a variety of tools will turn this sausage into a spinal
Oh
column.
my
It's time
god,
to
what
start
have I
snapping some out of
done?
those legs. I'll start by wrapping each of the armature appendages in a thin layer of clay and
What
blending and smoothing
in the
away
god-
seams and joints. Then I can begin adding the
What in the
knuckles between
fucking hell have I
segments
done?
to differentiate each of the moving parts. As I was moving along adding wrinkles to the knuckles, I started to see each of these legs less as legs and more as individual fingers, so it won't be far to travel to end up with fingers for toes. Before I do that though, I want to smooth out the lumpy bits, which I'll do with my old friend, a mason jar full of alcohol. The alcohol will soften the topmost layer of clay and help to melt away the most egregious of my fingerprints and blending lines, as well as add a little texture as the brush cuts into the soft clay. Otherwise, once I've got my legs looking both smooth and textured, I can start to turn all my legs into fingers by adding unsettlingly shaped fingernails and knuckles to the bottoms of each leg. And with each of my finger
Why?
feet finished, I can finally move on to making my scorpion's pincers. To make my pincers, I'll roll a little lump of clay into a long lump of clay and cut it in half. This will
This is not what we do with creativity, friends. This is not what we do with creativity, friends. We don't make abominations, we make art. This isn't art, this is an abomination.
make sure both my pincers are the same size, and to get the correct shape for my pincer, I'll pinch and bend the pincer so it has a traditional pincer knee with a little lumpy foot at the bottom. Of course, that means I need to carve some toes into the tip of the foot and shape the sole so it's nice and fat. Now, a pincer, by definition, is made up of two pieces that pinch together to hold things, so I need to add another foot to the other side of the leg so my scorpion has the knees to grab things. Now, I'm not entirely sure how the musculature would work for a double-footed leg, so I just added
This
along some
is a
wrinkles
whole
and
new
folds to
kind
make
of
the legs
horror.
big, fat baby legs.
This is exactly what we come here for, though, right? We come here to mine new forms of horror. We come here to find new versions of fear and discomfort. And look at memes and play games.
To hide any of the underlying muscle. After all, if you can't see it, you can't tell if it's wrong. Finally, once I've added my toenails to both feet, I can repeat this process
God,
with another
this
pincer,
is-
then press them into their predestined reverse lumps on the underside of the belly. To really hammer home that fat baby leg aesthetic, I'll add lots of extra wrinkles along the leg and belly. And I also
Everything about this is-
because I'm a child and I think butts are funny. Finally, some final
Everything about this is wrong.
The folds will finish his bottom half off. However, I don't want to leave this scorpion feeling immodest, so I made him a pair of tidy whities to cover his shame. And with that, my scorpion's bottom half.
If you wanted to cover his shame, you should have covered the whole dang thing! This is a new kind of terror I've got here. I didn't watch this before I put it on the list. I should have watched it before I put it on the list. I just thought it. Oh god.
I'll start
Oh,
with a nice
no.
long length of armature wire that will bend nicely around
I
the body
didn't
to
know what
create
to
the immediately
expect.
recognizable head on a long neck that everyone pictures when they think of a scorpion. To make the head, I'll start by straightening my wire and attaching some foil to the tip, which then gets wrapped in a little
Excuse
lump of clay. This little lump of clay will be the top of
What
the
are you
head, so I
doing?
need to attach the bottom jaw to create an appropriately scorpion-y looking silhouette. Next, I'll press some big eyeballs into the front of the face, as well as add a couple lines. To the best of my knowledge, scorpions don't
Stay
have
out from
eyelids,
under there, you
and they'll
dummy.
be anatomically accurate, so instead of eyelids, I'm gonna wrap some little wormy dealies around the outside of the eyes to create a slightly tighter eye socket. Poking with my round clay shaper will press the clay back from the eyes, creating a lovely little shape, not unlike a mouth holding a ping pong ball. Speaking of mouths, I'll make my scorpion's mouth by jamming a ball stylus into the space below his eyes and rolling it back and forth until I've got enough space to stick some little balls to each of the sides. These get smoothed in to create the extra big cheeks that are necessary to fit his arms. Now you may be wondering,
It's getting worse.
scientific accuracy, my friends. You see,
It's
scorpions have
getting
something called
worse.
chelicerae, which are essentially little appendages that stick out of the front of their mouths, which they use to help pick popcorn kernels out of their oddly human-shaped teeth. So once I've got my human-shaped
It
teeth in
got
between my
so
two
much
tiny,
worse.
fully-fingered
How
arms,
did
I
it
can fit a
get
big goopy
worse?
tongue in place,
How
and
is it
that's my
getting
face
worse?
finished and ready to be attached
Oh
to the body.
god, how is it getting so
I'll
much
drill a little hole into the next
worse?
stump and stick the tip of my wire into the body so I can bend the wire down into its
Stop,
final spinal
just
spot.
stop
I'll then wrap the wire in
it.
a thick sausage of clay to create my extra long, extra strong scorpion neck. After a little blending and smoothing to blend and smooth the neck and the chest, I can start to refine the shape, adding some shoulder blades and necular definition. An extra long wormy dealy wrapped from his shoulders to the back of his head will add a little more muscular definition, and a little me apple added just behind the jawline will finish this scorpion man. Except I realize now that I forgot to add his ears, so I'll slap a couple of those bad boys to the side of his head before a final bake. And with that, the
Oh yes,
scorpion
because the
boy
ears were
is
so
now a
fucking
scorpion
important.
man. All he
Oh
needs
my
now is
good
a
god,
cover.
what the fuck?
I'll start with a nice white primer before moving on
It
to
doesn't
the
help.
airbrush. I'll start by giving the entire body a pale fleshy base coat to set the initial shading, followed by some lighter highlights on the larger surfaces. I also realized that the majority of my sculptures are painted in pretty much the exact same skin tone as me, which begs the question, am I just making me over and over and over again? And if so, why hasn't BetterHelp reached out to me for a sponsorship? After all, if this channel isn't a cry for help, then I don't know what is. Once the base coating is done, I'll spray the body with a matte varnish, which will help to protect the finish and make this heavy red wash I'm applying a little easier to sponge off. I only really want to tint the base coat beneath, adding a bit of red to the otherwise too pale flesh tones, so by applying it over the varnish and dabbing away with the sponge, I can get a nice solid tint. I'll then follow up the wash with a couple mistings of isopropyl alcohol, which will help to break up the red surface, creating some pretty natural looking subsurface veins. I'll then use the airbrush on a really low air pressure setting to spit some more red over the surface to create some extra texture. Finally, I'll mix up a thin yellow wash to layer over top of the red to tone it down a bit and bring back a bit of the warmth. Then it's just a case of going back and forth with the reds, yellows, and fleshy base tones, spinning it through my airbrush to create some pretty terrific looking blotchy, fleshy texturing. With the skin tones looking eerily similar to my own, I can start to add the details. I'll give the fingernails and toenails
I'm
and
so
teeth a white
sorry
base coat,
for
as well as
this,
paint my tighty-whities
but I
red.
cannot
I'll work
afford
my
to
way
pay
back
for
through
the
nails
amount
and
of
teeth,
therapy
adding some
we're all
powder
gonna
wash to
need
lighten
after
everyone up,
this.
as well as add some questionable yellow staining to his otherwise too white tighty-whities. I'll give his tongue a red wash so it stands out against its
Why did
fleshy
I do this
surroundings,
to
then carry that
myself?
red wash up into the edge
I-
of the eyeballs before painting them pitch black. I'll then give the nips a watered-down terracotta
Why?
treatment to help them stand out, and a dirty brown wash between all the various folds and wrinkles for some final recess shading. I'll then mix up a very, very thin blue wash that I can apply with a very sharp brush to create some very thin, barely visible blue veins scattered around the body. To add a bit of contrast, and because I think it's funny, I'll give my Scorpion Man plenty of chest hair and a gross hairy treasure trail encircling his belly button and heading toward his unsightly, slightly stained tighty whities. Then, using another sharp brush, I'll cut lots of little brown lines across his arms, legs, feet, and hands to create some fine hairs, before finally moving on to gooping up his
I
eyeballs with a
truly
layer of
apologize to everybody's therapists for
Last but
this.
not least, I'll string some Fabri-Tac between his fingers and his tongue so it looks like he's fresh off picking popcorn kernels out of his teeth. This stuff is nice and goopy and creates excellent saliva strings, and it's pretty easy to manipulate with a toothpick. Otherwise, once the saliva is in place, I'd say we're all done here and onto the glamour shots.
There are no glamour shots. There's nothing glamorous about this. It's all horrible and awful, and I hope Adam just takes a sit and reflects on his life and what led him to this point. I hope he does better, and I know my model's smiling, but I'm not smiling. I'm grimacing. This thing can only pick up basic expressions. Everything about this is horrible. I don't know
As
if
always,
it
a
would
big
have
ol'
been
thank you
better
to
the
all
other
the
way,
patrons of
but
Patreon, and a special hey, how are you to my newest patrons, Gisa, Bob Sim, Victoria Garcia, Caitlin Forster, John Graves, Bree McFarlane, Ethan and Gabby Ryder, your local 420 dealer, Andella of Time, Fiber Goblin, Daniel, Geos, Ryan Casley, and Lil Schmeep. You are the octuplet of long, slender fingers that hold this many-boobed body of a channel up. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say after this one, so we'll see you next time. Cheers.
This was a mistake. Humanity was a mistake. Oh boy.
Welcome to Kitty Card 64!
Let's just take a small breather from that real quick. I'm having a mental breakdown. Oh my god, I don't. I don't. How to. Words. Oh god. I don't think any of us have words for that. I think we just need a breather. That was something else. I think Adam from north of the border needs a nap. I think I need a nap. And I think I need a Prozac. Or whatever it is that they give to people who've gone cuckoo crazy in the banana brains. I like to think of myself as a person who likes things that are strange and weird and uncomfortable to some people. But that was too much for me. That's enough. That's enough of that forever. Let's go to Kitty Cart 64. A straight jacket. I just need something to erase that from my brain. Please. Can someone give me the Forgetty juice from the SCP Foundation, please? Can I get some amnestics up in here, please? Where's the SCP Foundation when you need them? I need to contact Dr. Bob so he can get me the amnestics. And I promise, if I can contact him, I'm gonna ask him to bring amnestics to everybody in the chat right now because that wasn't okay. We all need to forget that happened.
Hey guys, Super Horror Bro Mike here, and in today's video we are playing Kitty Cart 64. Now this is an N64 cursed game experience. It's one of those kind of like creepypasta style cursed Nintendo 64 games. A little bit like Shipwreck 64, which we played earlier in the year. So I thought I'd check this out today, guys. I'm a big fan of Mario Kart and stuff like that. So yeah, a horror game based around that kind of concept seems interesting to me. So let's dive in and see what Kitty Cart 64 is all about. Alright, we got single player, multiplayer. Can we go on multiplayer? Player 2.
Okay, bad news. I was not able to contact Dr. Bob directly, and they don't give amnestics out for people who haven't witnessed things that aren't technically anomalies. Also, I'm on a watch list now because I am a human possum hybrid, and that's anomalous. So, I'm an anomaly now. That's fun. So, maybe chat will get amnestics after this.
Player 2, but I don't have
I guess as long as I don't do anything too weird, I'm fine. So, sorry, no Forgetty juice today.
But there's going to be something spooky about it.
Hey man, I tried. Do you know how hard it is to contact the SCP Foundation when you're not already on a watch list?
Looks fairly normal to begin with.
I haven't shown any anomalous properties other than being a human possum hybrid.
So I guess we just race around the track. We don't seem to have any other opponents though. It's just us on the track.
No
alone.
regretty
Is this just like a
forgetty
time
juice.
attack mode or something? They've definitely got the look of those old Nintendo 64 games down though. We, of course, are playing as a kitty cat in our little go-kart here. And we're about halfway through the track so far. This is a shorter track. Ooh, looks like there's a little fire
So,
over there.
sorry about
There's
that.
some smoke going up. Can I go and explore over there? Can I bust through here?
Oh, yes.
Looks like I can. Huh. This is interesting. So what's that? Is that a car crash? Yeah. Can I do anything with this?
No?
Nope. Okay. This is just a crashed go-kart.
This
But
is
that's
pretty
interesting.
cute.
It's kind of like, I think it's one of these games where we have to explore the racetrack and see if we can figure out like, oh, why is the music going? See if we can figure out where the scary
Music's
stuff is. I was gonna
gone.
say. But yeah, the audio's kind of gone now. Oh, can we go off the edge?
Yep.
Whoa! We can. I don't know if we were meant to have done that. Oh god. We broke the game, guys. We found the scary bit already.
No,
Is
this
the
looks like a
debug zone?
typical...
Wait, is this blood?
It's brown, you moron! It's
Can we
mud!
get to the signs? Keep ourselves out of blood?
It's
Look
mud,
behind
you
me.
dummy.
Oh my god. Okay, this is sinking. Yeah, guys, I think we're on a time limit here. I can't actually see our timer anymore, but... Oh, we crashed into that. Yeah, I'm gonna try and... Wait, there's a haunted face over here, guys. Let me see if I can go over to the haunted face. Look at this.
Creepy.
It reminds me of the clown. Not the clown, the puppet from FNAF. You know, the marionette.
Oh yeah, it does look like
Can
the
I crash into
marionette.
this? No, I'm just trying everything here, guys. I don't know what the objective of the game is, but we are sinking. Oh my god, we're gonna sink fully. We're gonna sink fully. I shouldn't have come out this way. Why did I do that? Please. No.
Bye-bye,
please.
kitty.
Oh god, we've died. I don't know what that means.
Desert.
Okay, now we're in a desert level. I shouldn't
Why
have
is
explored
this
to the
dark-
creepy face, but we did.
What's that? It looks cute.
What's that? Can I go into the water?
Yes,
Ooh, yeah,
on
we
the
can.
water at
Who's
least.
this? Little rabbit. Desert's supposed to be hot? I can't feel anything at all.
That's unusual.
Alright, I'll just leave you be
You
then.
should probably get that checked out,
We're in
friend.
the oasis right now. Let's
Goodbye,
go back
little
onto the
puppy.
racetrack. Oh, there's something over there, I think. Oh, maybe just palm trees actually that way. This is so strange, this game already. I have no idea what I'm doing, guys. I just keep kind of like fumble my way through it from place to place. Oh, the music has gone again.
Bye, music. It was fun while it
Yeah, this is strange. I'm
lasted.
gonna head towards this pyramid, see if there's anything out this way. Oh,
Oh dear.
okay.
Oh no,
The
the
game
game
is
is breaking.
breaking.
Hey, that's what I said.
Yeah,
It's
this
getting
isn't
hard
good.
to navigate,
This isn't
man.
good. Am I meant to just follow the track? I don't know. I'm going inside the pyramid.
You know
I
what
feel
this reminds
we
me
have
of a
broken
bit?
game cartridge here, guys.
Like-
We're gonna have to blow into the game cartridge. Like, do you remember when you used to do that? When a game cartridge wasn't working, you'd blow the dust out of it? I feel like it's corrupting or something kind of like that. Oh. Is this a doorway? Are these meant to be doorways? Can we go through these?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Don't be
I
dumb.
thought maybe we could go through those, but no.
Don't be dense, Mike.
No. Okay. I'll go back into the water. Man, this is so strange. It's actually spooking me out a fair amount. But I really don't know what we're meant to do. Maybe we go and see the rabbit again now? Now it's all glitching out.
Oh, I
It
think
looks like
he
he's sinking.
drowned.
Oh, he's drowned. Holy moly. I can feel something now. Right, what can you feel? I don't know what it can feel, but it's drowned.
That's
Um,
no
I'm
good.
kind of on edge. Maybe we speak to the rabbit, we drive around a little bit more, and then something else will change. I really don't know. This is not what I was expecting from this game. I kind of like these experiences, though, where, you know... Oh, the music's starting.
And then it
Yeah, I like
stopped
these
again.
experiences where you just don't know what to expect. I think if we keep doing laps, maybe something else will change. I just don't know what. There's music around this area. Oh, wait, is that something over there?
That is something over there. A
Is
bumper.
there something over here now? What's this? Oh,
Oh.
a note. What is that, though?
Very
It's like a
cool.
light coming down from the sky. So we've got a secret note. I wonder if I missed any secret notes in the other areas.
Probably.
Okay, I just fell down, guys, when I went in the water. That was very
Womp.
loud. So something definitely changed. Oh my god, what the heck? We got twitching corpses. Does anything happen? This is so weird.
This is like a fever dream.
Do I go into the building blocks? No? Yeah, this is kind of freaking me out a little bit. I'm just gonna keep driving about until something changes. But we've got all these glitching like bodies. Can I go through this? No.
No.
Okay.
This
just
is
gonna go
hard
this
to
way.
look at.
Don't mind me. Weird.
Everything's
twitching
too
bodies.
bright and loud.
Oh my god, guys, this is freaky. What the heck? I can't do anything. I'm scared I'm being chased or something in this environment, you know? Like somebody's gonna be chasing me through this maze. Do I have to touch one of the bodies?
No.
No? It looks like the building blocks are stopping us from exiting this place. Maybe I'll go this way. I don't know, guys. I'm just gonna keep going around. Who knows where we go? It's so hard to control as well.
Boink, 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 boink.
Let me out. I want out.
Let me out.
Wait, I can hear something. Is someone chasing me here? Maybe I go this way? Just let me out, please. Oh,
Ah,
I can't get
biscuit.
out. Man, this is freaky.
That's no
Not
good.
gonna lie. If I was playing this as a kid on my N64, I think I would be returning it straight to the Blockbuster, you know?
I think I'd be peeing
Oh, we
my
got a
pants
glitch.
at this point.
I'm so glad we're out of that
Test.
environment, I'm not gonna lie. That was like the freakiest place yet.
Con-
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Balloons, yay!
For fuck's
so much
sake.
fun. I think we beat the game. Oh my god, okay. If we pop these balloons, they're full of blood, guys. We can hear screaming. The souls of the people trapped in this cursed game. I'm guessing our goal here is to pop all the balloons full of blood. And now we can hear crying. Oh, what's this? Oh, just another congratulations sign. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna keep popping the
Congratulations.
bloody balloons.
Dumbass.
Sorry about that. I don't like hearing this either. Maybe I have to pop all the balloons. I don't know. We're just putting these people through some kind of turmoil here. Don't feel very comfortable with it. Oh god. I think I heard a baby, man. Yeah, this is weird.
Yes, may I help
Playing
you?
on the channel today, guys.
Oh dear,
Oh.
I forgot to feed the cat.
Okay, now we've popped.
One moment.
I can kind of hear nice church music though. Someone singing in a choir or something. Oh, we're on a highway. Okay. Interesting. There's a light down there. I feel like we may be meant to follow the lights. There's fish. Why are the fish floating around here as well? This game is a mind trip, that's for sure. Got another light. It's like saying go
What did I
this
miss?
way. There's a light over there.
Oof. Oh dear. Seems like I might have
Oh,
missed quite a
there's character
bit.
over there actually. Can we speak to this character? It's a cat. We saw the
It's-
bunny before, now we've got a cat. Oh, they're all
Uh.
glitching out though. Okay, I'm gonna leave you be. I can't understand what you're trying to tell me. If he's trying to warn us, he goes, do not go any further. Oh, is that something I can pick up? What is this? A scrap of paper? Can I get that? Is that a
Doesn't look
fish or is that a bit of paper? I can't. I don't know what that is, guys. I can't do anything with this, I don't think. So, yeah, I guess we leave that. I thought that might be something useful, but obviously not.
This is so weird.
I'm gonna try going back this way. Just see what we can find. Some fish over here. Again, I don't know why there's fish. Another light here.
Boink.
Okay. It's telling us to go down. We've got to the water here. Am I meant to go in the water? I have no idea what I'm even doing, guys. This is mad. We're just floating around in the water. I feel like I'm gonna drown if I'm not careful, though.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, here's the cat again. Hello. Again, he's saying something, but I can't understand what. So I'm gonna have to leave him be. So strange.
It's getting higher. You should really go
We'll just
back.
keep going forward, I guess, through this gloomy city. Oh, what's this? A note. What the heck is
Open
that? It's
eyes
like a
and
creepy
closed
face.
eyes.
Is this trying to tell us that somebody drowned? Is that what it's trying to do? We've got a ramp here.
seems
Can we go off
like
the edge of a ramp? Hey! I don't know if we wanted to do that. What the heck? We're in a parking lot now. Yeah, this doesn't feel like Mario Kart 64, that's for sure.
In style to me,
Feels,
it's like Diddy Kong
I don't know what it feels
Racing.
like. What the heck is this? A pool of blood?
No,
Oh, it's
an arrow.
It says go this way. So if I beeline in a straight line from the arrow, it should take me to another one, right? Sitting over here. Ugh. What the heck?
Teeth
Are
and
they
blood. That's not
I don't
good.
know. I don't think I want to know. I'm just going to try and go in a straight line-ish. Oh, there's something over here, though.
Another arrow.
What is this saying? Oh, it's saying go back. Okay. Go back
To
this
that
way.
thing?
Is it... Does it mean in this building?
Or whatever this
I think it must
is.
mean in here.
Oh, dark.
Oh god, I didn't want to go down here. Why have we gone further into this place? Yeah, now we've got arrows pointing us straight forward. Okay.
That way.
Just follow the arrows, I guess. Fairly simple.
How do I manage to
It
find
says
this?
this way. What the heck? Why is it pointing us back now? Is stuff changing?
Maybe?
Oh yeah, down this way. Okay, I get you. It's a very specific path we're meant to be going on. It says this way now. I'm scared we're gonna get a jump scare soon. I feel like this is leading us to
Clench
some
your
kind of jump scare, I
buttholes
don't
for
like
a
it.
jump scare, guys.
Just brace yourselves, guys. What is this? Oh, this is the end. Nice, finish. Hey. Oh. Okay.
Oh, our tires were popped.
We didn't quite make the finish line.
Great!
Something stopped us. Our tires were burst, I think, by those nails that came up.
Oh, I
Oh
see
my
a light
God,
in
what
the
is this?
distance.
What is this thing?
Something's coming.
Is this like a humanoid thing? Oh my god, it's coming for us, guys. What the heck is that?
Oh, that's horrifying.
Oh my god, he's hacking us to bits. Okay, I think we're dead. I think he well and truly hacked us.
Well,
Oh,
that's cool. Congratulations.
We've
Except
been
it's
hacked
spelled
up, guys.
correctly this
We're in a
time.
pool of blood next to our little go-kart. I guess we know why the go-kart at the start crashed now. And all the animals we met along the way, I guess, were our competitor racers, and they also got killed by this thing. I think that's the story, right? You play this game, you get killed by the entity living inside it. And yeah, the game's just closed down, guys. That's the end. So, interesting little game that. A short one. It took me about, I'd say, 17 minutes to complete it, maybe. So, pretty short. But definitely interesting. It is free to play. I'll leave a link below. You can go check it out yourselves. Just a little cursed N64 game experience.
Let me know if you guys want me to play this game, since there's a link to it in the description. I'll get the game and play it if you guys want me to play it for Spooky Scary Saturdays.
And, you
Try
know,
to
it was
see
quite
all
fun. I
the
got to play on
secrets
the
and
controller
go
as
through
well, which was fun. I
everything.
usually have to play on my keyboard and mouse. For this one, I got to play on the controller, which was a nice little change. But yeah, definitely an interesting game. Not much to it story-wise.
No?
It kind of is pretty obvious what's happening there, as I just explained. But it was creepy. It definitely got progressively creepier as it went on. And yeah,
Alright, we've got one now.
time for that. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video today, guys. If you have, I'd appreciate it as always if you can leave me a like, comments down below, and of course subscribe for more videos just like this one.
There's one other
I'll see you
person
all
here.
on the next one.
Is it a yes or a no? Do we want to see Kitty Cart 64? And this is from the Rubber.
It wasn't new, but
Boss says no? Okay. That one was by Super Horror Bro. I'm sure he already introduced himself. So, Super Kitty Cart 64 is not on the list of games to play.
it hurt just the same. A small child sat at the base of a tree, surrounded by hundreds of children, pointing at him. The child's face was buried in his hands, his body bunched up with the knees held close to the chest. The small child rocked back and forth against the tree. The tree itself was oily black, with thousands of branches reaching far up into a bone-white sky.
Creepy.
Small drops of blood leaked down from the tips of the branches to the base of the tree. Then there was a sudden change. In the distance, someone new was approaching. Someone else to judge him? Someone else to laugh at him? Or perhaps someone to finally put him
Five
out of
Nights
his
at
misery.
Freddy's? Okay.
096.
The child looked up at the approaching pair of eyes, hidden behind a mask. It was SCP-049, the Plague Doctor.
Never
The
seen this
children,
one?
The tree, and the sky all fell away. They were now in a cold white cell. The creature that used to be a child rocked in the corner, sobbing to itself and shaking. It was all bones and skin, with little muscle under the pale flesh that covered its body. The doctor approached the creature and looked down at it. An authoritative voice boomed from the speakers.
Now, deal with him. Good luck.
Hello everybody, I'm the Rubber. Today, we bring you a tale from the SCP Foundation. The creature's soft cries reverberated off the walls around the doctor. All loneliness and pain. He walked over to the monster and laid a hand on the top of its head. It stopped crying, and its breathing slowed. The doctor looked perplexed, as if he had expected another reaction. He recovered quickly and looked down at the creature while stroking the top of its head.
Child, you do not have to fear me. Please, let me see.
With his free hand, the doctor moved the creature's hands from its face. The thing let out a mournful cry as the doctor looked into its eyes.
I cannot save you.
Fresh
Poor
tears
thing.
began to stream down the creature's pale cheeks.
But I can help you.
Give me another 5 minutes with that test, and I'll guarantee that he won't get out of here alive.
SCP-682 roared. The doctor looked down mournfully from the observation chamber above the cell. Pestilence, plague, he muttered to himself. Dr. Carver walked in, with a folder in hand.
Here you go. Info on what went down when we let these two at each other. Just some notes, though. No footage. You'll have to use your imagination.
The doctor thanked him with a nod, then proceeded to study the notes as Dr. Carver exited the room.
682 has just swallowed 096. I can see movement in 682's abdomen. X-ray footage shows 096 has begun its attack on 682, frantically scratching from within. 682 roars in agony and rage as the side of its abdomen begins to tear and bleed.
Yeesh.
096 is tearing its way out of 682, ripping out its ribs. 682 shows signs of distress, but nothing you would expect from a creature having their ribs pulled out. 096 is working his way towards 682's snout. He's stretching his arms and legs. 096 has broken 682's jaw, severely tearing the tissue around its mouth. 682 is sustaining severe damage from 096. However, it does not seem to be having a major effect on 682. Furthermore, 682 is already regenerating lost tissue. 682 snatches up 096 and begins crushing him. Using both forefeet, 682 rips all the flesh from 096's body, reducing him to a skeleton hanging from his own skin, held by 682. 682 leans over the skeleton of
Dr. Bob not here. We're watching Rubber. Rubber's a different SCP doctor. Rubber's a small marshmallow creature.
096 and spews acid over its thrashing bones. 682 flings 096 to the opposite side of the cell. 096 remains dripping with acid as it flails about. 682 slumps and makes no attempts to attack 096. 096 begins to calm slightly and starts crying to itself in the southwest corner. 682 lies still in the north end of the room. Approximately 85% of its initial mass is absent. Recontainment teams retrieved 096 with relative ease.
The doctor closed the folder. It was a grim account of the never-ending battle between two immortal beings. It may never reach a conclusion. The doctor was taken aback by 682's sudden somber tone. Humans, the real plague on this earth, the doctor muttered.
Could you imagine a whole world filled with anomalous beings? That'd be interesting.
The doctor pulled a bag from his robes and produced a syringe. He slowly reached out to the trembling creature.
You'll feel a slight pinch, but it'll be all right. Trust me.
The doctor could feel the creature resisting as he gripped its arm. There was fear in its touch, unlike the tickle monster. As the doctor held the joyful slime, he felt a sense of bliss welling up inside him, something he rarely experienced in the Foundation.
I wonder if 096 is capable of feeling such bliss.
Dr. Bright stopped writing and turned his attention towards the doctor and 999.
Well, you'd be surprised. When 096 breached containment, lots of people died that day. Our guards opened fire, but it was useless. They were all down mercilessly. Nines, being the curious one, might have followed the sounds of gunfire and screaming. When he found 096, it just went and hugged its leg.
Okay, small tangent. 999 doesn't have eyes.
Twice. Nines tried to stop its rampage. 096 was confused at first, then it turned angry as usual. It unleashed all its rage upon Nines. Poor Nines. He was torn to pieces, wholly unrecognizable for a moment. Even now, it breaks my heart to recall how I found him. Claw marks and uneven patches on his body. Chunks of spoiled slime everywhere. Nines' regenerative abilities simply couldn't keep up with 096's flurry of blows. Oh, how he begged and pleaded at 096's feet, all while enduring its abuse. Yet Nines didn't waver.
Poor
one bit.
999.
No matter how much 096 was tearing him apart, Nines just kept going back to it. When we arrived, they were hugging each other, crying their hearts out. However, unlike before, 096 sounded as if it was at peace. I remember on the way back, I was angry at Nines. You stupid slime! Why couldn't you just stay put? Why must you put yourself in dangerous situations? Why must you make me worry? But when Nines looked back at me, I felt grateful. As cliche as it sounds, it's funny how kindness managed to accomplish what guns couldn't.
Sounds of shouting and scratching echoed from within the containment cell door. The creature's wails grew louder and more intense. The doctor was trapped in a dilemma. He reflected on his own life. Curing the pestilence was his grand purpose, but here was someone suffering. Was he not a doctor? Was this not his higher calling?
Oh, man.
He saw a glimmer of hope in the creature's eyes, underneath all that hatred, shame, and rage. Perhaps a key to cull the pestilence? The doctor then made his decision. He allowed the creature's head to go limp as he positioned the syringe right on top of its pale arm. With a slight application of pressure, the syringe slipped into the vein to deliver the medicine. Suddenly, the doctor and the creature were beneath the tree. The laughing children were gone. As he drew closer to the creature, he noticed shallow cuts with blood leaking out all across its body. He reached into his bag for something to staunch the flow when the creature's head suddenly snapped up to look directly at him. Its eyes were red and swollen, as if it had been crying for hours.
It has. It's been crying all its life.
Sprinted at the doctor with its arms outstretched.
Life.
For a moment, the doctor was taken aback, the creature running into him in full force. It rocked him in place, then embraced him and sobbed into his robes.
Oh.
The doctor shook his head and tried his best to comfort it. The doctor sat down with the creature until security dragged him away. For a little while, the creature rested. For a little while, it was content and loved. Then somehow, it cried even harder.
It misses the plague doctor.
2 days had passed since SCP-096 breached containment, leaving the Foundation facility a smoking pile of rubble and ruins. Since then, the world was on fire. But 096 cared little for that. It simply wished to make its way up there and reach its target, then utterly crush them. It leaped again from the top of the mountain, its hand reaching out to the stars, reaching heights beyond imagination. As it made its way back down to Earth like a burning meteor, 096 could see flames and smokes at various spots of the planet, places it had passed by on its journey to hunt down the one who had seen its face. It crash-landed somewhere else this time, creating yet another massive crater and sending shockwaves through the area. Just like that, an entire city was destroyed. When 096 got up and prepared for another attempt, it noticed a helicopter hovering above it, with a man holding a camera. Suddenly, it felt more eyeballs upon its disgraceful visage, all from different parts of the world. Rage and desperation grew within 096 again. It let out a deafening cry, then launched itself towards the helicopter like a rocket, completely obliterating it. It landed and started running again. So many targets, from so many directions. Obliterating the ones within reach brought it a little bit of peace, but it didn't last. It wasn't enough. It needed to get to space.
I see.
Hello everybody, I'm the Rubber. Today, we bring you a tale from the SCP Foundation. The D-Class squinted through the space station's window, struggling to understand what he was seeing. What appeared to be a lanky humanoid figure riding atop a rocket was slowly getting bigger.
Oh boy.
What the hell did I sign up for?
That picture he was holding onto was the source of all his problems. It was a photograph of SCP-096, the Shy Guy. Just a week ago, he was assigned a very special and easy mission. He was to transport a manila folder of sensitive material to the Foundation's space station. Once there, he would open the envelope and read the contents to the space crew. Then, all hell broke loose on Earth as they laid eyes on the photo. The crew rushed to a glowing monitor.
This is
Channel
stupid.
to channel, all news reports. The first channel showed an electrical dam in ruins. The valley was flooded and full of dead animals.
Aw.
The next channel
Poor
showed
critters.
a small town on fire. The newsman interviewing a cowering citizen explained that the whole nation was experiencing a power outage. Apparently, the monster had brought down the power stations.
This is Jimmy Callahan from Channel 9, reporting live from the very place laid waste by an unknown monster. Hold on, it seems that we have its picture, and here it is, folks. That's the creature responsible for the mayhem so
You
far.
dumbass.
Hold on, I've got another message coming through. What? Don't show its face, but we've got it right here. Ah!
The broadcast was cut short as Shy Guy made its cameo appearance on national television. There was a moment of silence between the crew, a certain tension between them. They realized that most people's screens weren't installed with the scrambler. Anyone who had seen the broadcast was doomed. They then turned towards the D-Class, standing by the window, standing stupidly with the folder and the photo in his hand.
He can't possibly make it to space, right? Right?
Ah, that's what you want.
SCP-096 ran with grim determination, stopping for nothing. Whichever places and countries it passed by, all were reduced to ruins in the end. All that just to find the people who had seen its face. With its fury as its compass, it sensed a signal from somewhere far, far beyond the clouds. 096 smiled to itself when the extensive mountain range came into view. It ramped up its speed and aimed for the highest point. Soon enough, Shy Guy reached the peak without breaking a single sweat.
I highly
096
doubt that
opened
monster
the
can
eyes on it
sweat.
from above. Using its momentum, it leaped into the sky, so high that 096 could see the curvature of the Earth, then falling back down, hitting and slamming against the mountain with tremendous force. The impact caused a small earthquake elsewhere on Earth. The slight tremor was soon followed by a historical seismic event that devastated yet another major city. 096
Yeah.
once more, leaving the Earth behind, this time reaching even greater heights as it could now see stars in the sky. But yet again, it was pulled back down by gravity. Its body was set on fire, burning like a shooting star as it re-entered the Earth's atmosphere. When it landed, the impact was so significant that it caused the Himalayan mountains to lose over 5,000 feet of height. The potent shock devastated nearby villages, causing
Jesus,
mudslides that killed
is that the
thousands.
Himalayas?
The stubborn monster didn't stop or relent, but no matter how hard it tried, it simply couldn't escape Earth's gravity. 096 pounded its fist against the ground in frustration. Hot tears welled in its eyes and trickled down its face. Why? It kept asking itself. Why do these creatures insist on humiliating him? Why do they see and judge him for how he looked? All this bottled up shame and rage was all let out in a deafening roar that shook the mountains. They will pay for making him feel like nothing, it thought to itself. The crew watched the screen for live updates. New tragedies emerged by the second. It didn't surprise them when reports came in that 096 had ran right through a nuclear power plant, causing a nuclear explosion that wiped out an
There's
entire
people yelling outside now.
And for what?
The somber voice of the Foundation ground team came in after a short delay.
We wanted to test if SCP-096 is determined enough to chase down someone in space.
The D-Class and the crew watched the monitor and held their breath.
Fucking
The monster
really?
now found itself leaped up into the sky, its expression full of despair and rage. It was clear to everyone that it wouldn't stop until it had killed them all.
Well, I hope you like your answer, because your question is currently tearing the world apart.
Dread filled them as it became clear that they are now prisoners in the space station. A
Yep.
few days later, the world was still burning. Smoke and smoldering flames could be seen even from the space station. The news filled the speakers in the space station constantly. Nations burned, mayhem everywhere, as the unstoppable monster ran across the globe chasing an unreachable goal. Every time 096 entered a major city, thousands died. Eventually, large cities were deserted. Wars broke out between neighboring countries fighting over resources. The comms unit crackled back to life.
Well, here's an update for you. You probably won't like to hear this, but we're done trying to contain the problem. We We were able to bait 096 to a space rocket. Looks like it's about to take off now.
You're not being serious, right?
The D-Class, mouth agape, tapped on the crew's shoulder and directed his attention towards the screen.
Oh boy.
096 was hugging an igniting rocket that was about to launch.
Holy.
I'm sorry. Good luck.
No, you're not sorry.
Idiot.
The crew looked at each other with the sudden realization that 096 was heading towards them and will definitely kill them all.
Damn it! All right, everyone, to your stations. We're gonna blast this bastard into pieces.
No, you're not.
D-Class approached the window and looked outside. Sure enough, he spotted a rocket with the pale figure on top of it, rapidly approaching from afar. As the rocket got closer, he could make out that it was in fact SCP-096 hanging on the side, with an excited expression on its face.
What the hell did I sign up for?
The space station fired an impossibly hot beam of plasma at the rocket. The rocket exploded in a fireball. The crew cheered from sheer relief. The celebration didn't last long, as a clawed hand punched through the military-grade class, grabbed the D-Class by his suit, and pulled him into the vacuum that is space. A few moments later, the rest of the crew got sucked out to the void. 096 floated through space with a smile. It was there, far away from the eyes of the cockroaches and their judgmental eyes, where he could finally rest easy. It was finally over. Or was it? Meanwhile, back on Earth, the Foundation Ground Mission Control breathed a sigh of relief as they saw their own colleagues in space perished along with the station.
Finally, it's over. All right, let's wrap this up. Let's just confirm the last moments of the space station and call it a day.
An image flashed on screen. An image of the last recorded moment of the space station. An image of SCP-096 smashing through.
Oh no! No!
Dumbass!
The screen cracked as 096 burst through, hell-bent on finishing the job one way or another. Welcome back to Earth, Shy Guy.
Dumbasses. That's the rubber.
What's gotten into you, man? It's me, Rubber, your buddy. Man, this was supposed to be an easy mission.
Yeah, totally.
Tell me about it, guy. Things just get unnecessarily complicated. Wait, I'm being chased by you. Who the hell are you?
The party has arrived.
Now the rubber, apart from not being human, is very much like Bob.
Ugh, I've seen stars. A giant cake?
Where are you going, pretty boy?
Ugh, where am I? What's all these doodling?
Creepy.
Am I in frickin' kindergarten or something? Ow!
Wakey, wakey, sleepyhead.
What the? What's going on here? Ow! That was uncalled for. So rude, honestly. And who the hell are you? And what's up with the balloons?
We are the party goers, and the balloons? Ha! You wish you had something this cool and fun. You're all square and boring.
And you got a face only a mother could love. Ow, fine. I kinda deserve that. How the heck did I end up in this predicament? Think, Rubber, think.
Almost there. Et voila! I did it. Now let's see if this works. Whoa, well, I'll be. Wait a minute. The portal works, but where does it lead? Is it safe to go through it? Will I get back just in time to catch the latest episode of Friends? Aha! Hey, Rubber, get in here for a sec.
What's up, Doc?
Your buddy Shy Guy is here too. Good. You see this portal here?
Whoa, shiny.
Well, in you go. Call me back if you need anything.
Forgot my phone. Oh, so bright. And holy cannoli, the sound. All this buzzing is driving me insane. Guy? Guy! You there? Ugh, guess I'll have to find him and get out of here. We have a chess game scheduled. Christ, the blinding yellowness of the place is killing my eyes. And not to mention, the smell. Ugh. Smells like wet carpet and sweaty socks. Ugh. I'll have to take care of my week-old laundry when I get back. Feels like I'm walking around in circles.
That's from Bueno.
Finally, water.
Almond
Hang on,
water.
This ain't some kind of trap, right? Nah, can't be. I think too much.
Should have listened to your own advice, idiot.
Huh?
We've got a live one, boys.
And you guys are... Oh, aha. What a devious bunch you are.
And you are such a genius. Now prepare to die.
Since you've got me anyway, mind if I take a sip of this? I am mighty thirsty.
Sure, I guess.
Thanks, you guys are nice. So that's how I got here. Can't seem to catch a break in these videos. Why can't I be in a traveling vlog or something? Hey, you guys still with me? Rude. Wow, you guys suck at tying ropes. Well, about time I bust out of here. Activating tactical stealth maneuver. Easy does it. Didn't even break a sweat. Who's the clueless idiot now?
Somewhere, little boy.
What the? You look rancid. Feels like I'm about to hurl.
Hey, you! Bunch of useless simpletons! Sleeping on the job? Wake up and smell the friggin' coffee!
Huh? What? Oh, crap! I'm up! Where's the party at?
Oh, hey, you guys are up.
Get him!
Hold up. Time out. Y'all mind if I bring a +1?
Sure. The more the merrier, right, fellas? Who the hell?
Your friend sure looks, interesting.
You guys hearing this?
And here comes
There
the
he
party.
comes.
Hey, guy, feels good to see you. Ow! Fine, I kinda deserve that, I guess. But for now, let's get out of this mess first.
Attack them!
Get him, guy. Music to my ears. That's kinda mean, not gonna lie.
Eat this!
No. Guy, no. What's happening to him?
He's turning into a party goer.
Infected with the party goer virus. Soon, you'll transform into one of my minions, and joys are fold. You, good job. You've been promoted to party attender.
Well, gee, thanks, boss.
Oh no. No.
Yeah! What's wrong with him? What is this? Alien?
I knew you wouldn't turn so easily. And the party goes on.
There's noise.
Oh, classic guy. Never changes.
Good, they're all dead.
Look what you've done to my establishment.
Yeah, it's due for a renovation anyway. You really should replace the gaudy wallpapers with a fresh coat of paint.
Well, in that case, I'll paint the walls with your flag. All right, whoever gets the square face will be promoted straight to party organizer. Plus, bonus at the end of the month.
What?
What are they getting paid in?
Don't do this.
See, the Rubber has this strange ability to bring people to his cause, as well as also have the ability to shake off any kind of infection that could possibly affect him.
I told you so.
How could this be?
He's too bouncy. We'll never get the promotion at this rate.
You idiots are hopeless. I need more men. Men.
Jesus, just how many people do you have under your payroll?
I'm done with your snarkiness and stupid jokes. Get up.
Time out.
What now?
A party is not a party without some delicious cake.
What are you doing? Is that...
So freaking good.
Cake? I knew I'm not the only cake in this world.
And chocolate flavor, too!
All hail the ultimate chocolate cake!
Chocolate supremacy!
Chocolate is king.
Oh no! My pop filter! Ah! Oh no, oh no, oh no.
SCP-096 seemed to have calmed down after tearing the guards to pieces. Or at least, that's what the Shy Guy expected to feel after it killed everyone who looked at its face. However, the killing failed to quell its rage within. After a moment, 096 let out a piercing scream, its voice reverberating within the cell. None of this bothered SCP-053. She simply played with her dolls as if nothing was happening. 096 threw another tantrum, like it was unhappy that it didn't get the girls' attention. It picked up whatever it could get its hands on and started smashing and tossing them all over the place. Broken furniture and torn body parts flew over the little girl like wishing stars in the night sky. At one point, Shy Guy stomped over to the young girl like a grumpy child, snatched one of her dolls, then ripped it in half in protest.
Hey, that's rude.
Oh.
053 scolded the lanky creature. 096 immediately readied its claws to attack. Finally, an enemy, it thought. It had finally gotten her attention somehow and given her a reason to confront it. 096 braced itself for 053's assault. But the girl simply pulled out another doll and continued playing. Shy Guy noticed that the doll resembled a certain four-legged monstrosity it had faced before. The hard-to-destroy reptile. What fond memories. It suddenly came to mind that 096 had seen them playing together before. Then, a sense of uneasiness began to well within it. If this dainty little thing can befriend something as terrible as the lizard, what else can she do? Hello everybody, I'm the Rubber.
Not too much else, I'll be honest. Let's just get to the next one. This one's by your local bread man. Ah! Jeez, rice. Hello. Educational tape, abstract apparitions. Oh gosh. It's very strange particles, aren't they? Oh boy, I'm getting asked for relationship advice. Yeah, it's never a good idea to ask me for advice on human interactions. But, I'll try my best, I guess. Hmm. No good. A type of meat? Eesh. Archivoids. Huh. Seems like I won't even be able to help anyways. It's a very specific problem I've never had. Even if I can, you know, possums are not very great at socializing. Mostly just scream, flop over, and pretend to die. Interdimensional. Ooh. Very pretty. Mm-hmm. Cylindroids. This is very trippy. This is the kind of video you'd want to have playing while you were tripping on acid or something, I swear. Why do half the Spooky Scary Sunday or Saturday videos end up like acid trips? Oh. Oh boy, I'm getting sleepy. Hello? Chicken. There was gonna be another video, but we've been going for 2 hours, and I think it's time to end the video. Anyways. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me tonight. Gotta go play possum now. Till next time. Where maybe I'll get Explodo to play River City Girls with me again. Or... yes, you all have a good night now. Try not to have super weird dreams about whatever the fuck we were watching today. Good night, Possum. Possum is sleepy. Time for his nap.